Hey, this past weekend marked the final appearance of Williamson County's Sheriff's Department on that television show Live PD.
Done.
As you know, they ended that contract. While the show has its critics, it also had a large fan base across the country. County resident Mark Petrick, he tells CBS Austin he thinks the positives far outweigh the negatives.
They deal with a lot, they go through a lot. I think the show itself gives people a chance to see more of that and to see the more human side.
Yeah, he and others say that they feel the show helped create new relationships with law enforcement. And Sheriff Robert Chody says he was blindsided by the county's decision to end its contract with the show.
He was, and there were a lot of positives from that, and I think it has given us some insight as to what a lot of these cops go through. I share some of your concerns, though, that you pointed out last week. Sometimes I wonder, though, and I'm not trying to be negative about cops in any way, but I do have to wonder, since there is a camera right there in their face, live, all over the world, how accurate of a portrayal are we getting, really, of a lot of these police officers and how they treat people? I'm sure they're on their best behavior, that's for sure, but I always wonder, how real is this? Yeah, it's live, it's happening now. How real is this, though?
What do you mean? I think it's very real.
You said yourself, what you said on this radio show yourself last week was that you could tell that some of them might have been playing to the cameras somewhat.
Yeah.
And I think that's unavoidable.
Yeah, it's real scenes, real scenarios, but I saw a couple of them. It looked like they were performing.
Yeah.
And I had a problem with that. And I think county commissioners had a problem with that as well.
Right.
But really, what really ended this was that Commander Deaton guy and the negative attention he continues to bring to the department. And I'm surprised. I mean, the CBS says that Sheriff Chody was blindsided by this, but I don't think he was blindsided because this has been talked about for several months about the possibility of ending it.
Sure.
I thought it was a great show. I loved watching it. In fact, the last episode over the weekend was one of the best episodes they had, where Williamson County deputies pulled over a bunch of Lamborghinis, about 50 of them. They were racing up and down the toll road, pulled over a handful of them, but they were staying at that Aloft hotel apartment community over there on the toll road. Mm-hmm. Apparently they had some kind of Lamborghini show, and there's about 50 of them racing up and down the highway. They managed to catch a couple of them. But it was pretty cool. That was one of the best episodes right there. It was pretty cool.
And the show goes on. It's just not going to have Williamson County.
I tell you this. Here's what I'll say. I trust. I think the show should still be on the air because I trust Sheriff Chody. But I sure do agree with some of the commissioners and the problem they had with it.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want a deputy doing his job enforcing law and then looking at a camera and performing. It just sets the stage for potential problems.
Yeah, and mistrust. So if I get the feeling when I'm watching most of the episodes, not only Williams County but from all over the country that they show, I get the feeling usually that these cops are just doing their thing and so, yeah, we don't want them being too aware of the cameras, though.
Trump tweets next.
The Todd and Don Show.
If you or someone in your family